All right. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the 100-Line Last Defense Academy. So if you remember last time, we finished the killing game and route. So basically what we're going to do today is just kind of go backwards and go to each decision point and just choose the opposite one and try to get all the endings in this route. And like I said before, it might be something like... it might go to a completely different tangent, which is fine. It's just for my own, like, trying to keep track of things. I just want to, like, stay on the killing game route and just go backwards. And so I feel like that's less confusing to me. So we are going back to this decision here, which all the other ones we already chose both of them before. So this one is back when Tsubasa was in last place, and the sponsor was going to give us a map to the you know, the, what do you call it, like the minion making facility, and we were going to choose no. So let's go before decision. So this time we're not going to take the sponsor, and I can't remember, is the sponsor Ato at this point? I don't know. But the fun thing about this is some of these endings might give us some more hints as to, like, some of these endings might give us some more hints as to things. Also, I really like how it has a check mark when we've already done it, so no. And like I said, a lot of these might just end up in bad ends. Bad ends, dead routes, Tsubasa dead. You know, but that's fine. I want to see everything. I want to do everything in this game. So, I don't need your help. I'll find more school invaders myself. Stubborn little Takumi. I'd really rather see Tsubasa die than accept my help. I won't let that happen. After firmly turning down the sponsor's offer for help, I walked out of the leisure lounge. Then I returned to my room and waited for morning to come. I went outside to hunt for invaders with my usual party and the newly recruited Darumi. We got on the bus and Tsubasa drove us far out into the wilderness as she could. An abandoned hospital. Ooh. An art gallery we stumbled upon. And a massive high-rise building. We spent 2 days searching in all kinds... Oh, see, it looks like this is a bad end. But even then... maybe they'll run away. On the night of day 77, we still hadn't found any invaders, let alone killed them. Damn it! Why aren't there any invaders anywhere? Oh. The enemy must have recalled all their troops still loitering around in the vicinity of the school. Probably so we can't hunt them anymore. What do we do now? Mr. Tsubasa's in last place. I don't want her to die. Just kill me for the police now, please. I already said no to that. What's the point of you dying to keep me alive? Make me sad like that one more time and I'll never take a bath with you again. They're bathing together? No, wait, don't be distracted by that. Tomorrow's the last day of the 3rd round. If we can't earn enough points by tomorrow, Tsubasa will be executed at midnight. Killed Takamaru. I guess having a rematch with Doxia is the only way out now. Yugamu had quietly made the suggestion. That super strong commander? I didn't even have time to move during the last fight with him. Yeah, but beating him seems like the only way for us to save Tsubasa. I figure we should give it a shot. I have a feeling we might bump into him somewhere in the desert. Taking our chances with a ridiculously powerful enemy rather than sit around doing nothing was just the kind of reckless plan Yugamu would come up with. I suddenly remembered something the sponsor had said before. That's right where you belong! The more desperate someone gets, the more they're willing to dirty their hands to change their situation. How exciting! We just killed Takamaru. We were in such a tight spot that taking a major risk was the only way to turn things around. How's this sound? We'll head for the desert first thing tomorrow morning, find Dalxia and take him down. That's the only way, right? Well, fine. Too bad for you, Dalxia. That old man popped me like a balloon before. I need to get my revenge. Right. Feeding him will help us get the cryptoglobin for escape pod fuel as well. 2 birds with 1 stone. Despite our headstrong proclamations, the grim smiles on our faces betrayed our true feelings. For all our psyching ourselves up, deep inside, everyone knew it was virtually impossible for this plan to work. Why don't you just run away? I found myself unable to sleep even as the clock ticked over from midnight into the new day. Is this really going to work? Once morning came, we would be seeking out the powerful warrior Dalxia for battle. Our goal was to earn enough points to pull Tsubasa out of last place. It was the only option we had. Still, we all knew how terrifyingly strong Dalxia was from our last battle. None of our attacks could even scratch him back then. Isn't there another way? An easier target to earn a large amount of points from. Suddenly, an image surfaced in my head. Takamaru! Yes! The faces of Takamaru and his team. Since everyone in the Special Defense Unit were targets as well, if we killed them, Tsubasa would be safe. No! What am I even thinking? I shook my head vehemently in an attempt to shake that horrifying thought from my mind. How could I abandon my scruples like that? Am I really that desperate? Trying to solve this by killing other friends was out of the question. I'd be playing right into the sponsor's hands. Come on, think, what are our other options? Something with a high success rate that didn't involve harming our allies and ensured Tsubasa's survival. I tossed and turned in my bed, thinking the problem over all through the night. There had to be a better way to save Tsubasa from certain execution. Before long, morning had arrived. Wait, that's it! As the morning sun lit up my room, a light bulb lit up in my head. I had found a way to save Tsubasa. Not just that, this method would prevent all future deaths in the game as well. I quickly went about getting things ready for my newly hatched plan. Once I was done... Interesting. Run? Are we running? Tsubasa and I took the school bus out of the academy together. After we reached flat ground, Tsubasa switched the bus to cruise control and came to sit by me. What's this all about, Takumi? You made me drive off in such a hurry. I mean, I don't mind, but shouldn't we have gotten Yugamu and Dorumi as well? They don't have to come along for this. This is our escape, just you and me. Our escape? Yes, we're running away. Why didn't you do that from the first place? From the sponsor and their bees. I looked up to the sky from the window and saw a single bee tailing the bus. That bee was the game monitor, put there to stop the participants from escaping the hunt. It would follow us to the ends of the earth, so running away was pointless. Or so we had been made to think. The truth was... Will that bee really follow us everywhere we go? If we use the bus to cover more ground, maybe we can wear it down eventually. But that bee's physical abilities have been enhanced with Timo Anima. It's not going to get tired that easily, right? I have no idea, but it's worth a shot. No one's ever seriously tried running away from the game before. If we do manage to get away safely, you'll be saved. Not only that, but no one else will need to be executed in your place either. Because according to the rules, only the person in the last place of each round gets executed. If Tsubasa kept running away while she was in last place, nobody would ever be executed again. Interesting. That was how the game would have to go according to its own rules. But doesn't that mean we'll never be able to go back to the school? Yeah, but don't worry. I've stocked the bus with more than enough food, water, and fuel to last us for a long, long time. It's not the food I'm worried about. Why are you here with me? Now you can't go back either. Me? Don't sweat it. Just like that? Shouldn't you think this through a little more? What's there to think about? Tsubasa was the most important person in the world to me, so I chose to go with her. It was as simple as that. Takumi, you really are an idiot. She smiled, looking a little exasperated with me. You're so reckless. Or maybe daredevil is a better word in this case.
Oh.
Aww. What were you expecting? Love is blind, after all. Love? Cut it out, you sound like some sleazy pickup artist. Tsubasa ran back to the driver's seat with a bright red face. After that, we continued to drive the bus, never stopping once. Tsubasa taught me how to drive so I could take over on roads with fewer obstacles. A few hours after driving around in shifts, I looked out the window and realized something.
いないぞ。バスを追いかけてきてたハッチがいなくなってる。
本当？ついに諦めてくれたんだね。
ああ、でもまだ油断はできないぞ。もっと遠くまで逃げ続けよう。
We kept on driving the bus for a few more hours. Eventually, it became dark outside.
前が全然見えないや。ライトつけちゃダメかな。
ライトはさすがにまずいんじゃないか。虫は光に敏感って聞くし。
この辺は障害物が多すぎて自動運転も無理そうだし、一旦止めるしかないか。
ああ、蜂が追ってくる様子もないし、朝まで車体と体を休めよう。
I'm worried. We found a spot behind some ruins where we could park the bus and nap until morning. We huddled together under the same blanket, just like the last time.
逃避行大成功だ
I
ね。
have a feeling we're gonna wake up surrounded by bees.
主催者のやつ、今頃慌ててるだろうな。最下位の川名を処刑できなくて。
The execution had been scheduled to take place at midnight, but it was already long past that time. We'd successfully escaped from the invader hunt.
はあ、それにしてもほっとしたよ。正直ダルシャーに勝つなんて無理だと思ってたからさ。今日が命日になるかもしれないと思って、昨日は全然眠れなかったんだ。
バカだな。俺が川名を死なせるはずがないだろ。前に約束したじゃないか。俺がずっと川名を守るって。
Every time he says that, I feel a little like I'm betraying Karua, but different route.
じゃあ、明日も守ってくれる？
ああ、明日も明後日も、その先もずっとな。
I kept whispering to Tsubasa that I would protect her forever. That must have made her feel safe because a few minutes later... Oh, I thought we were gonna get another kiss. She closed her eyes and her breathing started to even out. She was probably tired from the stress and driving all day. I leaned my body against hers and decided to turn in for the night as well. And that was how I fell asleep with the comforting feel of Tsubasa's warmth next to me. I'm super worried. Maybe that was why I had the most beautiful dream that night. A dream I was having a nice... Oh, see? Betraying Karua. Mom was smiling happily. Karua and I were smiling happily. It was a scene of a time when I was still ignorant, of a place I held dear in my heart. I had a burning desire to take Tsubasa there. I'd promised to do that for her before. If I showed up at home with a girl, even one who wasn't Karua, I bet my mom would be jumping for joy. She'd cook enough to feed an entire village. So much Tsubasa would feel bad she couldn't eat it all. I would eat surrounded by those I loved. How I longed for that day to come. That was my dream now. I wanted to introduce Tsubasa to my family. We could make it come true. I was sure of it, now that we had safely escaped from the killing game. Oh, I'm worried. Fuck! Oh my god! Oh, that's awful! Oh, shit. Oh. I no longer had to live in fear that my loved ones might die. Tsubasa and I would always be together. I would always be there to protect her. Today, tomorrow, and forever until the end of time. Oh, that is so gruesome. This game is gruesome, y'all. I actually thought for a second that the ending was gonna be like... they ran away, but then never got to come back. Escaping our fate. Okay. Alright, now let's go to the next one, which we're going further back, so I'm gonna have to remember what the frick happened. Okay, so this was Ava, and we did that already. This was Leave Moko Behind, and we did that one already. See what I mean? It looks like a lot of these are like just quick little things. Okay. Save Darumi. Oh my gosh, we're going all the way back here. Okay. So, don't save Darumi. I don't quite remember this one. Is this the one where Hiroko's still alive, so... I'm trying to remember... Okay, so this was right after the invader hunt started, okay? Before we continue this was right after the invader hunt started. And Hiroko and Darumi ran into that commander. And we jumped out to save Darumi, and Hiroko died. That's where this is. Yukamu was right. If the anti-sponsor alliance got wiped out now, all hope would be lost. The best we could do was survive and carry on Hiroko's will. As I made to leave, my gaze fell on her, now on the verge of death.
静原、助けられなくてすまない。でも必ず主催者は俺たちの手で倒すから。必ず。
But now we're not picking up the case. And that case was essential, so I feel like this is going to be a bad end. Maybe not, but... Yugamu and I turned around and started running as fast as we could. I'm sorry, Hiroko. I'm sorry. I mumbled words of apology over and over again under my breath as we dashed across the town ruins. We made it back to the school by the skin of our teeth. I threw myself onto the bed once I was in my room, exhausted from the non-stop fighting since morning. But my heart couldn't rest. The weight of my regret grew heavier with each passing moment. Hiroko. Darumi. I could have saved them if I stepped in. I abandoned my allies to certain death. No, I didn't. I shook my head, yelling in an attempt to reject my self-reproof. By the time I'd seen them, it was already too late. My decision to flee was to avert total annihilation. I made the right choice. I didn't abandon them to die. They were already beyond saving. Is that Yugamu? He might be here to talk about what to do next. Now that Hiroko's dead, we need to have a serious discussion about the future of the anti-sponsor alliance. I opened the door to let Yugamu in, but somebody else was on the other side. Takamaru? Hime and Kako too. What do you guys want? What do we want? Quit playing dumb, you freaking scumbag! Huh? Takamaru grabbed a hold of me, an enraged look on his face. What's this about? Why are you so angry? Why wouldn't we be? Two of our friends just got killed. Two? You mean Hiroko and Darumi? We checked their rankings just now and saw they died all of a sudden. That didn't seem right, so we did investigating on our own. And guess what? We received eyewitness reports that confirmed you committed the crime, Mr. Sumino. Oh my god. What crime? Oh my god. You guys are so stupid. Nozomi saw you leaving in a hurry with Hiroko and Darumi this morning. Two people you were hanging out with suddenly dropped dead. What do you think that means, genius? I'll tell you what it means. It means you killed them. I didn't. It wasn't me. We went out to hunt invaders together, but then the Squad 3 commander showed up, and then... I explained what had happened without going into much detail. I told them about Hiroko, Dorumi, Yugamu, and myself forming a team to carry out a certain operation. When the commander suddenly showed up, he killed Dorumi and Hiroko. Yugamu and I had no choice but to escape. Oh my god, these people. The more I go back, the more I hate them. That's a lie. If I've had one, it makes a lot more sense to think you're the ones who killed Miss Amamiya and Miss Shizuhara. Those two occupied the top positions in the ranking. You must have set them up so you could take their place. Who would kill another person for that? I get it. You don't trust me. You can check with Yugamu, can't you? He can attest to the fact that I wasn't the one to kill them. I don't believe a single word that perverted clown says. Besides, you might just be colluding with each other. Oh my god. Therefore, I'm afraid we have found you guilty on the basis of a long string of circumstantial evidence. And now you're under arrest. Enjoy your stay in the courtyard cage. Don't forget to make friends with Ava. No. We have Ava at this point? No, stop! Let go of me! Calm down and stop resisting. They caught and restrained me before I could say anything more. Interesting. These guys are so stupid. I was thrown into one of the cages in the courtyard. I can't believe the sponsor would like this. I didn't kill them! You've got it all wrong! Let me out of here! No matter how hard I tried to protest, Takamori refused to listen. I was left to languish in the cage. I stayed in there day after day after day. Eventually, we reached the end of the first round. Oh. But he was so high up. Since I couldn't take part in the hunt anymore, I'd fallen to last place and the bees came for me. You guys are pissing me off even more. Those guys are pissing me off even more. That was a pretty fast one, though. Round 1 loser. Man, we're going through these pretty quickly, huh? Seven out of 100. Okay, what's next? Team up with Yugamu. I'm pretty sure this is also going to be a pretty quick death. Like, this one might literally just be like, you're dead. Sorry, I can't team up with you. I was convinced Yugamu had to be plotting something, given that he went out of his way to approach me after I'd been ostracized. The things he usually talked about already made me uneasy. He probably just wanted to torment me for his own amusement. Oh, for the love of murder. You're a cautious one, aren't you, Takumi? Turning me down is as good as having a death wish, you know. Unless you have someone else in mind. Oh. No. I'm not going to team up with anyone. I'll survive by myself. So stop following me. Watch him die, like, instantly. With that, I ran away. I ran and ran until I was nearly out of breath, trying to get away from Yugamu as quickly as I could. This one might be a really quick one. The thought that he might be trying to kill me struck fear into my heart. But no matter how far I ran, I didn't feel safe. After all, I was up against a professional assassin. I continued to run around with heedless abandon. Where am I? I realized I'd ended up in a place I'd never seen before. Where is this? Which direction is the school? You know what? I liked the earlier choices because they were, like, very clear cut. It was like, obviously team up with Yugamu. Obviously save Hiroko. But then they got, like, the thing that you would do is the opposite of what you should do. Like, abandon Moko, kill Ava. Really, yeah. I started looking around at my surroundings. All of a sudden, a huge swarm of school invaders popped out from the shadows. Of all the times to show up! Ugh. I spun around and began to flee. Ooh! Despite my best efforts, I was unable to shake off the pursuing invaders. It's kind of a cute sound. They kept coming after me relentlessly, trying to intimidate me with their weird cries the whole time. I'd been running for what felt like hours, but they were still hot on my tail. In fact, there were now even more invaders than before. And then it finally happened. The invaders managed to completely surround me. I saw no way out. The only thing I can do now is fight, but I can't possibly beat this many invaders by myself. Of course, it was pointless to call for help. I already turned him down. He wouldn't come help me now. Not after I slapped away his offer to work together so thoughtlessly. Why did I turn down his offer to help? Sorry, I'm just trying to get all the endings. I'm sorry. Look, you are me in a sense because we're following you. And so, you know, I don't like watching you get horrible endings. And holy frick, that Tsubasa one. That was nightmare fuel. Like, this game is a horror game. This is like some corpse party level shit going on. Like the one route where Commune, he gave us Commune, I think my heart stopped. That was terrifying. Anyways, I'm sorry, Takumi. I lost my mind after falling out of favor with everyone else and took that frustration out on Yugamu. But all he really wanted was to save my life. It was too late for regrets. I was truly alone now. The invaders were getting more and more excited, like animals licking their lips before a big meal. They'd found me isolated from the others, and now they couldn't wait to start tearing me apart. Slowly and steadily, they inched closer. And the closer they got, the stronger the smell of death became. My breathing quickened. My body was trembling. I instinctively understood that this was the end. As I looked at death in the face, I finally understood how powerless someone who is completely isolated could be. See, this is giving us a hint, too. Somebody who had lost the trust of others, who had lost the ability to trust others. So each of these dead ends are actually, some of them are giving us hints. I mean, obvious hints, right? Like, for the true end, we need everybody alive. And we need to not have killed Eito. Somebody like that was already as good as dead. So the next one back is actually kind of interesting because if you look at this, next one, as good as dead. So if you look at this next decision point back, this one is interesting because this one looks like it actually diverges off here. Like, this is interesting. Like, these ones are like in this path and they're just these like little divergent points, right? But this one looks like it's like a huge divergent point. So I wonder if this is a completely different route. All right, so I'm actually going to end this episode here, even though it's very short, just to completely finish off the killing game route, all of the dead ends and everything. Because going all the way back to this point does start an entirely new route. So thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Jenny!